Hello, everyone. I am a very sweaty Taylor Abrahams on very little sleep, just coming from a flight from Calgary. Calgary? How do you say it? I don't know. And I'm here with an extraordinary individual. You may not know his face, but you know his voice. Deven Mack.
Voice of Sonic the Hedgehog from Sonic Prime, it's Chef Hatchet from Total Drama Island, the reboot.
That's right. I forgot about that. And I am Fangbone, I guess. I don't know. I'm a has-been.
You're also Yuki from Beyblade. Hey, we know each other from there, back in the day.
Yes, Mr. Jenga. Yes. And what else? I don't know. We've done all kinds of things. We can't count it all. And
It's a lot.
It's been a lot. But and you know we've crossed paths over the years. Devin's been kind enough to come to a concert or two that I've done. Yeah. And so I reached out because I was like, I feel like I owe it to the animation world to see The Day the Earth Blew Up, the Looney Tunes movie.
We all do, and you do too.
Yes. And so we got to see it, and it was fabulous. It was a lot of fun, and I'm really glad we got to see it together. It was a good time.
It was wonderful.
It was fabulous. I don't know. That's kind of daffy.
That was pretty solid.
That was pretty.
Give yourself some more credit.
I don't know. And yeah, it was it's just a stunning movie, and like you can tell just every single moment of it, there was just any motion that they could have done more simply. It's like they deliberately made it as fluid and
held nothing back.
They held nothing back. That's a great way to put it.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, it was a stunning movie. It was a lot of fun. It's perfect for kids. It's like, it felt like a movie from the 90s to me in the best kind of way, you know?
And it gave the world the gift of Farmer Jim. You'll see.
And then, like, maybe at a certain point, they're like, this movie is a minute too short. Let's have a flashback to Farmer Jim. That was great. Anyway, we don't want to spoil it for you, like the eggs in it, but we do recommend it. And I don't know, I think we should just talk about animation while we're here for
Let's
a little bit.
talk about animation.
And we were walking around the mall because you like to buy Sonic merch.
I do like to buy Sonic merch
Yeah.
or anything with a raccoon on it, pretty much.
Heck yeah. And is there a favorite piece of Sonic memorabilia you have?
Ooh, that's a tough one. But I would say one of my favorites is a Sonic-style football jersey that is from a company called Hypeland, without the E. And just very Sonic-styled with the little nice 90s logo on there. It's one of my favorite things.
And is it from the 90s? Or where is
It's
it?
not from the 90s, but I think it says like 91 on it, because I think
Cool.
that's the year the first Sonic game came out. And if I'm wrong, well, then prepare to throw your stones. I'm ready.
And you also you didn't know this, but when I was on Stanley Dynamic, I worked with Julia White,
And that's way past cool.
and it was so touching because as soon as I shook his hand, I was like, "It's great to meet you." He's like, "Damn, you got a good cartoon voice." And I was just like, "I'm just talking, sir. I'm not doing anything," you know. And then he was sports betting in his trailer next to me, his room next to me, and I was like sleeping in between takes, and then just like, whoa, just woke me up because he hit it big or something like that. Gold, precious gold. It was a good time, that show. But back to the man of the hour here. So you're currently doing more Ninjago.
I am, that's right. We've got new episodes of Ninjago Dragons Rising coming out very, very soon, where I voice the friendly new ninja named Aaron who loves baking pies for everyone.
And I'm also an evil villain by the name of Noct, who will control all of the elemental powers.
So and you've got a good balance of like the eager protagonist and then a lot of very sinister characters as
It's
well.
funny because I rarely played either of those things starting out, but now I kind of have both equally. The
What did you
sinister
start
villain.
with?
I'm usually like the best friend or guy in the chair who's like, here's some helpful advice. I'm gone for the rest of the episode. Which, hey, can't complain. Still get paid the same.
Yeah.
But it's nice to kind of explore a much wider variety nowadays.
I'm the neurotic nerd. What? Jeez. Oh, Rick. I don't know.
I will say the weird characters tend to be the most fun.
Yes. Well, and I like playing characters who are like sociopaths. So yeah, being a Huxley Plenderman was really fun because it is like I was doing a Jiminy Glick impression partly with like Kim Jong-un thrown in, so it's very like, oh, how lovely! I'd love to see your robots. I don't care about your robots.
Amazing.
You can just flip on a dime like that. I don't know, good times. And yeah, I guess I get to record another cartoon on Tuesday, so I'm trying to like loiter in Toronto for a few days and. If you're in Toronto on the 17th, that's when Margaret O'Hara, so Catherine O'Hara's sister, who is an incredible talent, and she's done a bunch of voice acting. Like there was,
I did not know that.
But she's very she's hard to pin down because she's she's lightning in a bottle, but the bottle broke open. If that makes sense.
I've never heard that term, but I love it.
So she's like just.
I can picture it now. Lightning on the floor.
Yeah, she's just the purest example of someone who has let their inner kid run rampant all the time.
Oh, that's such a beautiful thing.
Yeah, so I think that sometimes it's like the agent's like, we need you for this or something like that. Oh, I was just doing the flower pots. I'm so, I don't know. I'm making assumptions a little bit, but it's like she put out one album in the 80s, which is considered just one of the best albums of all time. Like she's such a genius, and but every year she does this thing at the Horseshoe Tavern where it's like a St. Patrick's Day thing, but it's called the Martian Awareness Ball. And
I love the name.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the name very much.
Who's that?
It's my Marvin the Martian that I haven't tried to do much before. How fascinating and delightful.
How fascinating.
I'm no Eric Bowser.
I declare this planet in the name of Mars. That's
Very
more
nice.
like it.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, Eric is essentially acting with himself most of the movie. Mm-hmm. He's porky and he's daffy. And yeah, just such a great job going back and forth, and you really feel for both. And I love how he manages to get a lot of the Mel Blanc rasp into the way that he performs it.
Oh, dude gets it.
Yeah. And like the shouting especially is so satisfying with him. And like even though the room is like super soundproof, like you still feel almost like you can hear it bouncing through the room when he's shouting.
Yes, the grandiose.
Because that is the part of the humor is when Mel Blanc would shout, you would hear the room
holding nothing back,
and it takes you out of the cartoon for a second. Oh, it's just like a crazy guy in a room that they put to a rabbit. No, or whatever the shouting is.
Tom and Jerry had that too. Anytime you'd hear those random screams
Yes.
from Tom.
Yes, absolutely. And those are like, timeless sound effects. Those are like the Wilhelm scream.
To the point where they still use them.
Yes. And yeah, even in like a lot of movies, even after Mel Blanc passed, it was just like use the sound effect databases, for like probably in the I think they did that for Coyote vs. Acme. I know that they like for the Roadrunner still,
I hope we all get to see it and know for sure.
I know. If enough people see the movie that the day the Earth blew up, then we can finally get to see that. And it's really heartbreaking reading the interviews with like Will Forte and the other cast. They're just like, this is like one of the best things I've ever done. And they're just, it would be one thing if the movie sucked, but this is just like robbery.
Yeah.
This doesn't get to exist in any capacity.
Everyone who got to see a screening of it said it has lived up to the hype. It's that good.
Yeah. And the rating and the reviews for the movie we just saw are very high as well.
That is a good sign.
Yeah.
It's a very good sign.
And so,
but we need people to get into the theaters and see it. So
go see the thing.
That.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to say to the people, Deven?
Just kind of my usual greeting. Just work hard, work smart, be good to others, and be good to yourself because you deserve it.
Yeah. That's nice. And you do a lot of voice acting coaching. Or you did. And now you're like
not formally,
I see.
but I have mentored several people. Mm-hmm. But it's not an openly available service.
I see.
Maybe it will be someday. You never know.
So it's almost like they gotta climb to the top of the mountaintop, and then you're there like one of the wise experts that you play in your show, and you're like, you have made it, you have found me. They have to find your door.
Well,
they have to dox you, and then
more so. Well,
No, please don't.
It's happened before. But more so, it's usually me being at the top of the mountaintop and looking down and be like, oh no, that person's really, really talented and really nice. Somebody needs to help them out. And then I will climb down and bring them to the top of the mountain.
Yeah, you're an incredibly generous spirit.
I'm very grateful for the way a lot of things have worked out for me. So,
and even when you're at conventions, you mentioned like you don't like to take money from fans.
Everything I've done thus far at a convention has gone 100% to charity. Yeah. I don't know if I'll always be able to do that because it's a tough economy out there, kids.
Yeah.
But for the time being, that's how it's been, and I'd like to do it for as long as I can.
But I love that was your first instinct. You know, there's a lot of people who just be like, money, hell yeah, hell yeah, I'll take that. You know, so I really appreciate that. That's great.
But anybody who's gone the money approach, I can't blame them because, again, this is not an industry that's been super, super great for performers and creatives as of late. So everybody doing what they can.
And it's interesting because, like, sometimes people will message me and be like, what are you doing these days cartoon-wise? And it's like, I am doing something that I can't really talk about, but it's like, it's not a ton, you know? It's certainly not what it was like pre-pandemic, you know? So... it's there's a lot of things happening in the industry. There's lots of fighting for the rights of actors against AI and all this. Are you ultimately optimistic about the future? Where are you at?
I try not to lean into the naive hopefulness of it because I'm being real. Like, it's a scary, scary time right now. But I'm hoping that people can come to realize that we need content creators. We need original stuff. We need stuff that's not made by AI if we want to have any kind of meaningful culture that just lasts.
Yeah, it does become a feedback loop of like the soup of AI.
Exactly.
It's very incestuous at a certain point, and then you don't get anything that actually represents the human spirit. And then like either humans will reject it, like it's like an alien attaching onto us and we need to reject it, or we'll assimilate with it and it'll be some creepy Borg thing, and I don't want some creepy Borg thing.
I would prefer to not be the Borg. And same thing for you. Don't be the Borg.
All your base are belong to us.
Don't become some mindless robot creature. Yeah. Go out there, support your local artists, and be an artist. Create stuff, not using AI.
Yeah, hell yeah. And yeah, I love that you managed to make some animations here and there. You've been involved in some stuff.
I've done a little bit of writing, little bit of producing here and there. I don't consider that to be a strength of mine, but I'm grateful whenever I can help bring good ideas to somebody's production.
Heck yeah. Well, it's a pleasure to chat with you as always.
Likewise, my friend.
Yeah, and maybe we'll have to do that thing. I just want to do like a game show of sorts with voice actors or something like that, you know?
That could be a lot of fun.
Because, you know, I don't know, it's like playing your characters, having to play other people's characters, I don't know, all kinds of things. I am on like 1 hour sleep, and so I tend to film myself when I'm at my most fugly and with the least like ability to question my own thinking, which is, you know, kind of makes sense, but it also is like, okay.
You've made it work for you, though. You have been competent and you have been photogenic.
I go to all my sessions sleep deprived because that's where the No, I don't actually. I don't do that. I don't do that. Please don't do that.
Or if you do it, make sure nobody can tell.
Yes, that's a great point.
Turn on your acting meter all the way up.
Hi, everyone. I'm looking so forward to today. What? Nothing. As
long as you can get the words out when they say action, then you're good.
Yeah. Okay. Is there like one, maybe like interesting piece of advice that you would give a voice actor? Maybe something that isn't even necessarily like broad, but it could be like hyper specific, like some little thing you picked up.
Watch media. Pay attention to the trends, where things are going. You can't, which unfortunately I see way too many people thinking that every cartoon, if they grew up long ago, they go into like 2020s cartoons reading everything like it's the Flintstones.
Right.
You gotta know that, hey, this sort of delivery isn't gonna work for everything. You gotta know when you're looking at something that's much more in depth, much more down to earth and raw and human, and when it's the right time to be a silly, crazy person. Yeah. So watch a wide variety of things that are out there. Study live action performers as well, and just diversify what you're taking in, and that's going to diversify what you're putting out.
That's a great point. And yeah, like there's times where I always try to find a way to fall in love with whatever character I'm reading for, even if it's, you know, an audition. And it's because if you're just like, oh, it's this archetype, blah, 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 you're not going to bring yourself into it. You're not going to get actually excited about it. And it's like you might do a competent job, but a competent job isn't enough to get a recall. You know, you gotta you know, do something that's true to the character that's still going to surprise them. And it's gonna just genuinely excite you.
Exactly.
Give you that je ne sais quoi.
You can't take anything for granted because you never know what you might work on, whatever obscure thing it might be, that somebody out there might really love and connect with that character that you played for 10 minutes 10 years ago, and it'll just leave a really lasting imprint on them. So never take anything for granted. You never know who it's gonna hit.
That's true. And then and in an audition, it could be like, you did that one line with a bit of a rasp. I've had that happen where I do that one line with a bit of a rasp and like, ooh, we're gonna bring him in just because of that rasp on that one line, and then you get the part or whatever, you know. So it's a really fun industry,
full of surprises there's work there.
When there's work, and you know, it's also up to us to be more engaged and create opportunities, but also, you know, I know you're trying to just fight for animation here and anime in Canada, and you know, and that's the really noble way of going about it. You're not thinking about yourself, you're thinking about the big picture of like supporting all actors here in Canada.
That's got to be the mentality. It also connects with the whole strike thing. There's a lot of people taking these paydays thinking like, oh, you know, I'm gonna go against the strike. I'm gonna let people make AI models of my voice for $500 because I want that right now. And next thing you know, your voice is now used as this digitized model for things that could have paid you $50,000. And it's ruining it for everyone else as well. So you gotta always think big picture like that.
And it's baffling to think that they think, oh yeah, we can get away with that. Like, there's so many like AI slop ads that you get, like as a YouTube pre-roll or whatever, and you're like,
yes,
who would ever fall for this? Who would ever be attracted to this product or this show or whatever?
Don't let them get away with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's baffling that they do it at all. You know, I don't get it.
They'll do it for as long as they can get away with it. So you got to make your voice heard and say, no, this is gross, this is awful. We need real creators. We need real talent.
You gotta fight for your right to voice act. Yeah, boy.
I like that.
Okay. Yeah, I like that too. I did a character one time that was just basically the Beastie Boys.
Oh, that's fun.
Isn't that great?
That's fun.
I love that stuff. Okay. Cheers, guys. I think that's it. Yeah. Deven Mack, everyone. The legend.
Pleasure to be here. Much love, y'all.
Love you guys.